Hi, I'm Bob Bitchin. Welcome to Latitudes and Attitudes TV. Remember, always try to borrow money from a pessimist. They don't expect to get it back. Susanna, what have you got for us this week?
Hi, Bob. Well, besides a little side trip to Miami, this is the last week for our New Zealand Share the Sail adventure. Our group enjoys the beautiful Mansion House Gardens before gathering at Lynn and Larry Pardee's house for a wonderful barbecue. Then it's a rockin' motor sail into 30-knot winds as the flotilla heads back to Auckland. At the Miami Boat Show, Bob found a brand new line of wireless sailing instruments from Tactic. Sailing in New Zealand, partying with the Pardees, the world's largest boat show. It's all good. Right, Eric?
My mind is made up. I'm gonna sail away. Latitudes and attitudes will help me find my way with my loving cup. A little salt and a lick of lime. I'll set my course for adventure, of course on island time.
Now we'll head back to Kauau Island and take a walk through the gardens at Mansion House Bay. After a great evening of good food, fun games, and bad singing at the Kauau Yacht Club, the following morning Bob was still raving about his Kauau burger.
There was a lot of cow and a lot of wow going on. So I see why they call this place Cow Wow, because they put this cow in a burger bun, then they pile all this stuff on it, egg and pickled beets and pineapple and lettuce and tomato ketchup, bacon, tomatoes and bacon, and raw eggs and other stuff, and they put it all on and pretty soon it's about that big. It's too big to eat, as they used to say. But boy, it was good, and they must have sold 50 of those last night.
They sold a ton.
While Jeff whipped up another of his yummy boat breakfasts, the crew found themselves enjoying a morning of relaxation. Jody was reading Bob's new book, King Harbor, the third novel in his Treb Lincoln series. Lisa was making a few feathered friends, and Marie was soaking up some rays. After breakfast, the Bob boat made for the pier at the yacht club, where Jeff picked up a couple of bags of ice and Bob filled the boat's water tanks. Their next stop was just up at the head of the bay. Originally constructed in 1845, the Mansion House was owned by Sir George Grey, who served as governor of New Zealand for 2 terms. As a Category 1 historic preserve, we weren't allowed to bring the camera inside. Oh well. Afterwards, the crew sat down for lunch at the cafe, where the local birds made sure no food scraps hit the floor. They then took a nice leisurely stroll through the serenely beautiful Mansion House Gardens. An avid plant collector, the Italianate Gardens were established by Sir George Grey, who used to exchange plants with such notable scientists as Charles Darwin. By afternoon, everyone is ready for the trip's most anticipated event, a barbecue for the entire flotilla, hosted at their home by none other than the world-famous cruising legends, Lynn and Larry Pardee.
Latitudes and Attitudes is brought to you by The Moorings, a world leader in yacht charters offering 5-star service. The Moorings, what do you want to do? Don't go away. Latitudes and Attitudes will be right back.
Welcome back. Let's return to Lynn and Larry Pardee's wonderful hospitality in New Zealand. Having sailed their 2 engineless boats around the world for more than 185,000 miles, the Pardees decided to settle here on Kauau Island.
So here we are in beautiful downtown Kauau. And the way that the island was named was somebody was sailing by this island and there was a cow on it. They went, cow, wow. And that's how they call it Kauau. Okay, sorry.
Did you make that up?
Larry, a master wood boat builder, set up a marine business and proceeded to build the house by hand. And while the home is cozy and beautiful, and in a beautiful setting, it's the hospitality and genuine nature of the Pardees that was truly memorable. All 35 members of the Share the Sail flotilla were in attendance, as were a few of the other boats that had followed along. People were more than happy to be here.
Another Share the Sail, most awesome one in 5 years. We're at Lynn and Larry's house. What an honor. What an honor to be invited here. Good to see you.
There were also about 20 locals on hand, including the editor of the Cow Wow newspaper. What did they say? If you don't want the neighbors to complain about your party, be sure to invite them. No one was complaining here, though. In addition to all the wine and rum, there was a ton of wonderful food. Everything from local lamb, beef, and fish to hamburgers and hot dogs. Even fresh scallops caught by Eric and Kim earlier in the day, prepared by Kim and our resident expert, Muscle Mike. Speaking of Eric, it just wouldn't be a true Latitudes and Attitudes kind of party without some original music. So Eric and Kyle set up in the party's living room and played to everyone's delight. Later, Bob and Larry sat down to do one of Bob's favorite pastimes, Swap Story. The unforgettable evening ended late with Lynn and Larry serenading the remaining cruisers with a song they wrote for their new video.
I love to sit around the upper bar because it doesn't mean. But that don't bother me. I never get lost and my tummy doesn't toss. It's a wonderful life on the sea. Ow.
The following morning, Bob sat down with the world-famous cruising couple for an interview. You can see the entire interview online at seafaring.com.
Time again for Q&A with the Maritime Institute. Here's this week's Rules of the Road question. You encounter these navigation lights at night. Are they A, a tow vessel not making way, B, a fishing vessel towing nets, or C, a tow vessel towing less than 200 meters astern? The correct answer is later in the show.
Latitudes and Attitudes. We'll be right back.
Yeah! Yes!
Welcome back to Latitudes and Attitudes. Time to get things underway.
We hit the town, we saw it all. In Trinidad, our port of call for days, till it became a haze. Casino Row was quite a trip. I walked away with just one chip, amazed. They knew all my plays, and the people friendly most of the time. I didn't end up a statistic in a crime. Once I leave, I never can come back. I'm sure Sheldon has already seen to that. Goodbye, Trinidad. C'est la vie. Hello, paradise. Tobago.
Those were great, but take a look at this photograph. Do you know where it is? If so, log on to moorings.com/wishyouwerehere. Correct answers have a chance to win a $1,000 gift certificate towards a Moorings charter.
That could be a number of places. Good luck. Next, Bob found the latest wireless sailing instruments from Tactic.
Don't like crowds? Couldn't get away? No worries, mate. We scour every booth to find the latest cool stuff for you. Here's what I found at the boat show. We're here at the Miami Boat Show with Kelton from Tactic. They've got a great new system you've got to take a look at. Kelton, tell me about it.
Thank you, Bob. I think you may be familiar with our current line of Tactic instruments, which are completely wireless and completely solar powered. Now these are great because it requires absolutely no wires whatsoever, and they'll run independently with a solar charge for up to 300 hours. However, what I want to introduce today is our new line of entry-level speed, depth, and wind system, which are ideal for cruising and sailboats under 35 feet. The system consists of a digital depth display, a digital speed display, and your wind cluster or masthead instruments, along with an analog display. Now, all of these units are easy to install, like I said. Basically, they're surface mountable, so they don't require any large cutouts. It allows you to move them anywhere around the boat till you find the ideal space for that particular digital display or analog display, and then simply provide 12-volt power to it. That's all you need. Now, our masthead cluster is even easier to install, requires no wires whatsoever. It's actually powered by solar power, which is great. To install it, you simply have 3 screws. What can get easier than that, right? Now that's perfect for the sailboaters who are raising and lowering their mast often, especially for the racers who are trailering their boats, because now there's no wires to contend with at the bottom of the mast. All of these units communicate wirelessly, so they're very easy to install and very easy to set up. Simply turn on the first button and it connects to the rest of the instruments as you go. It's also easy to add instruments at a later date. Now each instrument is also backlit to 3 levels for nighttime viewing, and they're all waterproof to 33 feet. So as you can see, this is a very unique solution, unlike any other wired system out there, that's easy to fit, easy to use, low cost, with large digital displays, so all the information is easy to see and at the touch of your fingertips. All in a waterproof, robust, reliable system. One name to remember, Tactic. We believe it's the data system for boats of the future.
So now you see why this is so cool. It's fast to install, it's easy to install, anyone can do it. You want more information? Go to tactic.com.
I can see it now, a completely wireless boat. Stay right there. This week's ASA sailing tip is next.
Sailing Made Easy with the American Sailing Association.
Hi, I'm Duncan Hood. Welcome to your ASA Sailing Made Easy tip. We're going to talk about winches, the proper way to load them, ease them, and release them. Here's how it works. Your sheet, or in this case, perhaps maybe your halyard, but your sheet in this case, comes from the forward and it ends up at your winch. We always want to wrap our winches clockwise or to the right as viewed from above. You can always tell which way to turn your winch or which way to wrap because you can turn the winch like this and you'll find it jams in one direction and it goes smoothly. You wrap that direction. When you approach the winch, you want to hold your line like this, not like this. Notice the difference in my thumb. We want to hold it like this so that when I let go, it'll be free of our hands and we won't lose our fingers. We're going to wrap to the right, as we say. The rule of the 2 R's, wrap right. Around we go, around we go. Now notice as I do this, I'm not doing this. This is a real tendency to catch your fingers in the loop. We don't want that to happen. We want to put our hand properly, wrap around, and now we're set. Usually 2 or 3 wraps is about all you're going to need. We pull in, perhaps we put our winch handle on the top, and then we'll cleat off to a cleat back here. This particular boat is very nice because it has a self-tailing winch. Self-tailing winches have lifters and jaws. Your line approaches the lifter and that guides it into the jaws. As you pull, act as a cleat built onto the winch, which is a really nice feature. Now my line is cleated down, all set on the winch. It's time to ease the line. I undo one, and what I'll do, if I were to just hold it here and ease it, there's a possibility they could fly from my hands, get loose, and we'd have a lot of sheets flying in the wind. However, I can also take my hand and put on the outside. As I ease with my left, this hand keeps it from running away. Notice again, I don't have anything like this going on. That would be dangerous. And ease, and this hand allows it to slide slightly, and you can very carefully adjust how much it's pulled in or out. So that's your easing of sheets. Now when it's time to release, you may get your command from your skipper, ready to ease sheets, ready about. When you answer ready, you've taken it out of the jaws or out of your cleat. You're holding it like this again, and now you say ready. And when it's time to go, you simply pull up and unwrap and let go. The line flies away from your hands, so nothing's in trouble. This is free to fly, and the jib is free to move to the other side. And that's how to wrap, release, and ease sheets.
Sailing Made Easy, the American Sailing Association textbook. Order your copy today at asa.com.
Latitudes and Attitudes is brought to you by The Moorings, a world leader in yacht charters offering 5-star service. The Moorings, what do you want to do?
Welcome back. Let's reboard our moorings flotilla as they head into the wind and slog their way back to Auckland. The flotilla was making their way to Gulf Harbor just north of Auckland, as it was to be their final stop on the trip. Unfortunately, it just so happened to be dead into the strong wind. Fortunately, it was only a 15-mile passage.
Well, right now we're showing 25 knots of wind, right out of where we want to go, of course. Not too bad, 4 to 6 foot seas.
Even though the conditions weren't ideal for boating, it was a beautiful day. Powering into the wind and waves made everything aboard just a bit more challenging. At least everyone could handle the motion, especially the boat.
Kind of shudders the boat, doesn't it?
The chart showed quite a few reefs and rocks in the area, so Bob plotted a careful course that did take advantage of the occasional island's lee. At those times, the crew could relax a bit and get a bite in. The wind and seas abated somewhat as they rounded the tip of Wangapurua Peninsula and headed out into Gulf Harbor. Putting in at the marina, the Bob boat end-tied just behind a Seawind catamaran that a couple from San Francisco had purchased in Australia. They were on their way back to the States and actually ended up writing about their trip aboard Cat's Paw in the magazine. That evening, most of the flotilla made their way ashore for one last dinner together.
So, this is the last supper, so to speak.
We're getting as many of the crew that are left to come and join us here. So we'll see how many show up.
At the beautiful Carpe Diem restaurant in Gulf Harbor.
I was looking at the Thai mussels here. Maybe that's what I should get, huh?
Muscle Mike getting Thai mussels.
Yeah.
What do you think of the trip?
It's been awesome so far. Had a great time.
Great, fantastic.
It was absolutely divine, immensely divine.
Thank you for having us. Bob and Jody, we appreciate it. New Zealand, Sauvignon Blanc, rocks.
Cheers!
Cheers.
The weather has been perfect. I don't think we could even ask for better weather, and the wind has been nice.
Your crew.
My crew's perfect. We're a well-ordered machine.
Ordered?
Oiled, yep. Sorry, a lot of rum going on. Some other rum drinks.
Which makes everything much nicer too.
No matter what part of the world you're in.
Rum makes the world go round.
We had a wonderful week. Learned a lot. We're not sailors, now we almost are. Great boat sex. We now know what that's like. and have listened to everybody else have boat sex.
The motion of the ocean.
Yes. And New Zealand
Makes the world go around.
fantastic.
And the people are the best, on the boat and off.
Don't forget, we stage these incredible Share the Sail events at least once a year. And you don't need a bunch of sailing experience to join in on the fun. Make sure you check out seafaring.com for our latest Share the Sail updates.
Let's see who answered this week's Rules of the Road question correctly. Are these navigation lights A, B, or C? The correct answer is C, a tow vessel towing less than 200 meters astern. Look for more Rules of the Road questions at maritimeinstitute.com.
How'd you do on that one? Now it's time to check in with Mr. Bitchin for a little attitude.
A friend of mine just flew in to say hi after cruising Mexico for the past 6 months. He's been considered a cruiser around here for as long as I can remember, but this is really the first time he's gotten out there to cruise a long distance. You know what? For a lifestyle that I have pretty much devoted the past 30 years to, I can't explain just what a cruiser really is. So anyway, Jim and I are sitting in my office talking story. This, as you all well know, is what cruisers do. They talk story. The conversation got around to people he'd met while cruising. People are what cruising is all about. The various characters you meet make up just how much a particular place is either enjoyed or not enjoyed. After a while, we concluded that cruising is a state of mind. It is the adventure of finding a new way of life. The thrill you feel when you're about to depart on a new cruise, whether it be around the world or across a river, that is what sets us apart. Some people who are out there are just boat people. They don't cruise for the fun of cruising. They live on a boat as an inexpensive place to live because it's cheap. There is a difference. Jim's boat is on the hard in Mexico as he works here trying to get enough money to get back out there where he belongs. Why? Because he's a cruiser, and that's what cruisers do. It's not where the boat sits that makes a person a cruiser. It's where they are trying to go. Cruisers are an odd lot. They travel for the sake of travel itself. They wander the face of the earth in a search, not for a better place, but for a new adventure, a new look at something they have never seen before. We wander from the heat of the tropics to the freezing cold of the Arctic. It's what we do. All who wander are not lost.
Thanks, Bob. Well, not only does that end this week's show, so too ends our New Zealand Share the Sail. Make sure you're on the next adventure, wherever it may be. Seafaring.com is where you'll find all the latest information. I'm Zuzana Prakaska. Thanks for watching Latitudes and Attitudes. And remember, don't dream your life, live your dream.
Latitudes and Attitudes Seafaring magazine is available every month at your local Barnes & Noble, West Marine, and other quality magazine outlets. DVDs and digital downloads of this and previous episodes are available at seafaring.com.
You know you're in the southern hemisphere when it's green right returning, or as I like to say, red wrong returning. I cannot recommend decadence as a way of life, but it has worked for me.